The day before the engagement banquet, I, Ethan Johnson, looked at myself in the mirror and felt as if I were in a different world. A 22-year-old face, eyes full of vigor, and that deep affection for Sophia Taylor. But I knew that tomorrow she would publicly humiliate me at the engagement banquet and announce she was going to be with her true love, Brian White. The pain from my previous life surged like a tide. After she humiliated me, I angrily left the Johnson family and wandered for 3 years. When I had achieved success and wanted to return to prove myself, I got into a car accident on the way home. On the brink of death, I heard Sophia Taylor say to Brian White on the phone, "It's good that Ethan Johnson is dead. It saves me from becoming soft." In that moment, I was completely despairing. I never expected heaven would give me a chance to start over. This time, I will never allow myself to suffer such humiliation again. My phone rang. It was a message from Sophia Taylor. "Ethan, are you ready for tomorrow's engagement banquet? I'm so nervous and excited. I'm finally going to be your fiancé." Looking at this utterly hypocritical message, I sneered. In my past life, I was naive enough to think she was sincere, only to be proven wrong the next day. I replied bluntly, "Engagement banquet canceled." After sending it, I turned off my phone. The next morning, the Johnson family mansion was in utter chaos. "Ethan, are you crazy? Why did you cancel the engagement banquet?" Grandpa James Johnson was furious. "Yeah, Ethan, that girl Taylor's so good for you. You've been childhood sweethearts, such a perfect match, made for each other." Grandma Elizabeth Johnson tried to persuade him beside him. I sat expressionless on the sofa, my tone terrifyingly calm. "I don't like her anymore. I don't want to get married." "Impossible." Grandpa slammed the table. "You've said since you were a child that you'd marry Sophia. How could you suddenly not like her?" "Yeah, I said I would marry Sophia Taylor since I was 5. She's a year younger than me and has been spoiled like a little princess by me since we were kids. I thought we would stay happy like this forever, until at the engagement banquet in my past life, she personally tore my dream to shreds." People change. I stood up ready to go upstairs. "I won't attend the engagement banquet. Explain it however you want. Don't you dare leave." Grandfather's cane struck the floor heavily. "Who do you think you are? The successor of the Johnson family is decided by me. If you dare ruin this marriage, I'll kick you out of the Johnson family." I stopped walking and slowly turned around. "Fine, then I'll leave right now." Saying that, I went upstairs to pack my bags without looking back. Grandpa turned purple with anger, and Grandma hurried to calm him. "Ethan is absolutely outrageous." "Old man, don't let yourself get sick from anger." Butler William urged from the side. "The young master is probably just nervous before the wedding. He'll be fine in a couple of days." Upstairs, I packed my bags as fast as I could. This time, I was going to make my own way in the world with my own abilities. I would never again worry about anyone's attitude, including Sophia Taylor. Just as I was about to leave, the door was pushed open. Sophia Taylor was wearing a white long dress. Her eyes were swollen and red, tears still clinging to her eyelashes. "Ethan, why did you cancel the engagement banquet? Did I do something wrong?" Her pitiful, delicate look, if it were the me from my previous life, I would have been horribly heartbroken to see it. But now I only feel nauseated. I don't have a reason. I just don't want to get married anymore. I continued packing, not even glancing at her. "That's impossible. Ethan, you've said since you were a child that you'd marry me. How could you suddenly stop loving me?" Sophia Taylor stepped forward and grabbed my hand. "Tell me what's wrong. I can change." I shook her hand off and looked at her coldly. "Sophia Taylor, we're finished. Go find your Brian White." At the mention of Brian White's name, Sophia Taylor's face instantly went deathly pale. "You, what do you mean? Brian White is my cousin. I have no relation with him." "Is that so?" I sneered. "Then what were you and he doing cozying up to each other in the cafe last night?" At the engagement banquet in my previous life, she publicly announced she was going to be with Brian White. Although this life hasn't happened yet, I know the person she has in her heart isn't me. "Ethan, you misunderstand. There's really nothing between me and my cousin." Sophia Taylor was so upset, she burst into tears. "Believe me, there's only you in my heart." "Enough." I spun around abruptly, my eyes cold as knives. "Sophia Taylor, stop pretending. Do you think I don't know what's in your heart? If that's how you want to be with Brian White, I'll make it happen for you. From now on, I, Ethan Johnson, and you, Sophia Taylor, have nothing more to do with each other. After saying that, I grabbed my suitcase and was about to walk out. Sophia Taylor suddenly dropped to her knees in front of me and clung tightly to my leg. Ethan, you can't do this to me. I really only love you. Please don't leave me. Looking at her kneeling on the ground, crying with tears like pear blossoms, I felt not a trace of emotion. In her past life, she had never been so submissive. Let go. I won't let go, Ethan, unless you promise you won't leave me. I crouched down and looked at her tear-streaked face. Sophia Taylor, remember, this is the path you chose yourself. You were the one who rejected me back then, and now you want to win me back? Too late. A complex emotion flickered across Sophia Taylor's eyes, as if shocked and as if in pain. Ethan, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by I shouldn't want you first? I stood up and looked down at her. Stop pretending. You know better than anyone. I don't know. Sophia Taylor suddenly shouted hysterically. Ethan Johnson, can you make yourself clear? What do you mean by I shouldn't want you first? I've never said I didn't want you. Her expression reminded me of the scene at the engagement banquet in my previous life. Back then she was just as self-righteous, humiliating me in front of all the guests. If you're going to keep pretending, then go on and pretend. I sneered and walked past her. Anyway, we're finished. Ethan Johnson. Sophia Taylor scrambled up from the floor, rushed over and blocked me. You can't leave. What will I do if you go? You also have Brian White with you. You won't be lonely. I told you Brian White is my cousin. Sophia Taylor stamped her foot in distress. Why won't you believe me? Because I saw it with my own eyes. I stared into her eyes. Last night at the Starbucks, the way you two were holding each other looked so affectionate. Sophia Taylor froze, disbelief filling her eyes. You followed me? I didn't follow you. I just happened to pass by. I said coldly. Seeing my fiancé cozying up to another man was frankly shocking. No, Ethan, you misunderstand. Sophia Taylor's tears fell like beads from a broken string. My cousin just came back from abroad yesterday. We were only having a normal conversation. Does having a conversation require being wrapped in each other's arms? He just patted my shoulder to comfort me. That's all. You misread it. I snorted. In her past life, she never said anything like that. Back then she had been so resolute, saying things like, the person I love has never been you, Ethan Johnson. It's Brian White. And now she's here playing the victim. Sophia Taylor, do you really think I'm an idiot? I'm not. She grabbed my arm, her nails digging into my flesh. Ethan, I swear to God, there's only you in my heart. I've never loved anyone else. If I'm lying, then let me. Enough. I jerked away from her. What use are vows? In my past life, you. I stopped mid-sentence. I nearly exposed the secret of my rebirth. Sophia Taylor keenly picked up on my words. Past life? Ethan, what did you just say about a past life? A chill ran through me, and I forced myself to stay calm. I was talking about the day before yesterday, when you were with Brian White. That's not right. Sophia Taylor stared at me intently. You just said it was the previous life, Ethan Johnson. Are you also? She didn't finish the sentence, but the light in her eyes grew increasingly bright. Damn, that was close to being exposed. You're overthinking it. I just misspoke. I slung my bag over my shoulder. I'm leaving. Don't follow me anymore. I'm following. Sophia Taylor hurried to catch up. Wherever you go, I'll go. Don't think you can shake me off. Sophia Taylor, could you show a little decency? I stopped walking and looked at her coldly. Doesn't a girl feel ashamed to cling to a man like this? I don't think so. She lifted her head, eyes showing a resolve I had never seen in our previous life. As long as I can win you back, I'll do anything. Why does this sound so familiar? As if that's exactly what I told her in my past life. So what did that get me? It was her merciless humiliation and betrayal. Now it's her turn to say something like that. It's truly ironic. Then just come with me. I won't be looking back anyway. I walked out without turning my head. Behind me came the sound of Sophia Taylor's footsteps and her sobbing. When I reached the Johnson family gate, Grandpa's voice came from behind me. Ethan Johnson, are you really going to give up the entire Johnson family for one woman? I turned to look at the elder who once loved me the most. In my previous life, because of Sophia Taylor's betrayal, I broke with my family and didn't return home for 3 years. By the time I wanted to come back, Grandpa had already fallen ill. He was still calling my name on his deathbed, but I wasn't by his side. Thinking of this, a wave of guilt surged in my heart. But this time I must leave. Only by leaving could I protect myself and my family. Grandpa, once I make a name for myself, I'll come back. Traitor. Grandpa was so furious he could barely hold his cane. If you go, don't think you can ever come back. I gave him a long, hard look, then turned and walked away. Sophia Taylor's voice came from behind. Mr. Johnson, don't make yourself ill. I'll definitely persuade Ethan to come back. Sophia, it's our Ethan being childish. Don't take it to heart. I won't, Mr. Johnson. I'll wait for him. Wait for me. Sophia Taylor, you didn't wait for me in your past life. What are you pretending to be so affectionate about in this one? I quickened my pace and soon vanished from the Johnson family's sight. But I knew Sophia Taylor would definitely catch up. Sure enough, I hadn't gone far before familiar footsteps sounded behind me. Ethan, wait for me. I didn't turn around. I went straight to the taxi at the roadside. Driver, to the airport. Okay. The driver started the car. Just as the car door was about to close, Sophia Taylor suddenly rushed over. Ethan, where are you going? She clutched the car door tightly, preventing it from closing. Let go. My voice was as cold as ice. I won't let go. Either take me with you, or don't leave. The driver glanced at us in the rearview mirror and asked cautiously, Sir, this young lady. It's fine, keep driving. I forced the car door shut, but Sophia Taylor actually took off running, keeping close behind the taxi. She was wearing a white long dress, running barefoot on the road, the hem flying, her hair disheveled. The pedestrians on the road all stopped to watch this strange scene. The driver was also frightened and slowed the car. Sir, maybe you should let this young lady get in the car. It's too dangerous for her to keep running like this. I looked through the rear window at Sophia Taylor desperately chasing us, feeling not the slightest ripple in my heart. In my past life, I chased after her like that. Did she ever once turn back? Now, let her taste what it's like to be pursued, but not caught. Master, accelerate. But, accelerate. The driver didn't dare say anything more and pressed the gas. The taxi quickly put distance between itself and Sophia Taylor, but she was still desperately chasing after it from behind. I didn't relax until I could no longer see her figure. At the airport, I bought a ticket for the next flight to Ocean City. Ocean City is a developed port city. I'm going to start over there. In my previous life, I stayed there for 3 years and, through my own efforts, built a small company. This time, with the experience of my past life, I believe I can do better. Before boarding, I turned off my phone. I knew Sophia Taylor would surely call me frantically, but I didn't want to hear her voice. The plane slowly took off. I watched the city grow distant through the window, my heart full of mixed emotions. Here are 22 years of my memories, my beloved family, and the girl who once made my heart flutter. But all of that was shattered by the betrayal in my past life. This time, I will live for myself. 3 hours later, the plane landed at Ocean City Airport. I took a deep breath of this city's air, sensing the familiar scent from my past life. This will be the place where I start over. Just after stepping out of the airport, my phone rang. It was an unknown number. Hello. Ethan, it's me. Sophia Taylor's voice came through, somewhat choked. How did you get my new number? I had someone find out. Her voice was choked with tears. Ethan, where are you? I'm coming to find you. No need. We're over. It's not over. Sophia Taylor suddenly shouted. Ethan Johnson, when did we start? And when did we end? Give me an exact time. That question left me momentarily stunned. Yeah. When did it start for us? Does childhood playmates count as the beginning? Did my high school crush count as the start? Does the confession in college count as the beginning? Or does the engagement count as the beginning? But in my past life, we hadn't made it to marriage before she betrayed me. Sophia Taylor, I'm tired. I don't want to be entangled any longer. Then tell me, what exactly did I do wrong? Her voice grew more urgent. You say I have a relationship with my cousin, but I really only treat him like a brother. You say I don't love you, but you've been the only one in my heart since I was a child. Why are you treating me like this? Just because you saw me talking to my cousin? Listening to her wrong voice, a surge of irritation rose in me. The memories from my past life are so vivid that I can't tell whether her feelings now are sincere or feigned. Sophia Taylor, we both know certain things in our hearts, so stop pretending. What am I pretending? She cried even harder. Ethan Johnson, you've changed. You've changed so much I don't even recognize you. Yes, I've changed. After dying once, after experiencing the kind of despair, how could I not be changed? People change, don't they? No, you haven't changed, you are. Her voice suddenly stopped, as if she'd remembered something. Ethan, what did you mean by past life, just now, when you were at the Johnsons? A chill went through me. She really noticed. I said it was a slip of the tongue. Wrong, absolutely wrong. Sophia Taylor's voice grew firm. Ethan Johnson, did you come back too? Come back. That word was used very strangely. Could it be that she also... What are you talking about? I don't understand. Ethan Johnson, I'm back too. Sophia Taylor's voice trembled. I've been reborn too. My hand, holding the phone, trembled violently. She was reborn too? How could that be possible? Sophia Taylor, what are you talking about? I'm not lying. Her voice quivered with sobs, but was unusually firm. Ethan Johnson, I remember everything from my previous life. I remember the words I said at the engagement banquet. I remember the 3 years after you left the Johnson family. And I also remember the night you had the car accident. I also remember the last thing you said to me before you died. Sophia Taylor, I hate you. Those words struck my heart like a heavy hammer. I did say those words in my past life. That was the last moment of my life and the peak of the hatred in my heart. But how could she possibly know? She wasn't even at the scene then. Unless she really had been reborn too. Impossible. I muttered, this can't be. Ethan, you believe me now, right? There was a trace of hope in Sophia Taylor's voice. I really did come back. I remember everything from my past life. I closed my eyes, and memories from my past life surged in like a tide. At the engagement party, Sophia Taylor said in front of everyone, I declare that I will be with Brian White because the one I love has never been Ethan Johnson. At that moment, my world completely collapsed. All the guests were watching me as if I were a joke. Their whispers pierced my heart like needles. How could she do this to Ethan? That's too much, calling off the engagement in public. Ethan is really pitiful. And Sophia Taylor, she stood on the stage, expressionless as she looked at me, without a trace of remorse. Sophia Taylor, if you really were reborn, then you should know what you did to me in your past life. My voice was as cold as ice. And you still have the nerve to come to me? Ethan, I know I hurt you in our past life, but listen to my explanation. Explain. I sneered. You humiliated me in front of over 300 guests, ruined my dignity. Does that need explaining? No, Ethan, it's not what you think. Sophia Taylor said urgently. At the engagement banquet in my previous life, I never said those things. You didn't say that, my voice rose. Sophia Taylor, don't push it. I heard it with my own ears. Over 300 people there heard it. Now you say you didn't? I really never said I wanted to be with Brian White, Sophia Taylor said through tears. Ethan, I was willful in my past life, but I would never say something like that at an engagement banquet. Then what did I hear? A hallucination? I don't know what you heard, but I can swear to heaven that I've never said I would be with someone else. Sophia Taylor's voice was very firm, not like someone lying. But how could that be? How could I have remembered it wrong when the memories of my past life are so clear? Ethan, think about it. If I really didn't love you, if I truly intended to be with someone else, why would I say it at the engagement banquet? I could have told you in private. Why humiliate you in front of everyone? That argument did make sense. Given Sophia Taylor's personality, she was willful, but not that cruel. But if she didn't say those things, then what about the memories from my past life? Then explain this. What exactly happened at the engagement banquet in the last life? The engagement banquet. Sophia Taylor's voice grew a bit strange. Ethan, do you remember where the engagement banquet was held? Of course I remember, at the Grand Hotel. No, Sophia Taylor said, the engagement banquet in the previous life never took place. What? I was stunned. The night before the engagement banquet in the previous life, you suddenly disappeared, leaving a note saying you didn't want to get married, and then you never came back. How is that possible? How could I possibly have skipped the engagement banquet in my past life? Impossible. I remember it very clearly. I attended the engagement banquet, and you humiliated me in front of everyone. Ethan, there's something wrong with your memory. Sophia Taylor's voice sounded a little worried. After you left in our last life, I waited for you for 3 years, until I heard the news that you had been in a car accident. I went to the hospital to see you one last time. You said to me, Sophia Taylor, I hate you. And then, her voice choked. I was completely stunned. How could this be? Sophia Taylor's memories were completely different from mine. Whose memories are correct after all? Ethan, let's meet and talk. It's hard to say over the phone, Sophia Taylor said. You're in Ocean City, right? I'll come to find you right away. No need. I refused. We have nothing to talk about. There is. We have a lot to say. Sophia Taylor's voice was very firm. Ethan, no matter what happened in our past life, this time I won't let you leave me again. I didn't cherish you in our past life. This life, I'll spend a lifetime making it up to you. Why does this sound so familiar? That's exactly how I said it to her in my previous life. But she never gave me a chance. Now it's her turn to say something like this. How ironic. Sophia Taylor, what happened in your past life is over. This life, let's just be strangers. No, she refused firmly. Ethan Johnson, you are mine. In this lifetime, don't even think of anyone taking you away. Her tone was so domineering, so resolute, it reminded me of some fragments from the previous life. It seems she really never said she wanted to be with anyone else. Could it really be that I remembered it wrong? Ethan, where in Ocean City are you? I'll buy a plane ticket right now and come over. I won't meet you. Then I'll keep looking until I find you. After she finished speaking, she hung up the phone. I stared at the phone screen, my emotions reaching an extreme complexity. If what Sophia Taylor said was true, had I wrongly blamed her in my past life? But those memories were so vivid, they didn't feel false. What exactly happened? Just then, the phone rang again. This time it was Brian White calling. Hello. Ethan Johnson, what did you do to Sophia? She called me in tears, saying you misunderstood our relationship. Brian White's voice was urgent. What on earth is going on between you two? Brian White, don't pretend. You know better than anyone. What am I supposed to know? Brian White's tone was full of confusion. Ethan Johnson, are you misunderstanding something? Sophia is my cousin. We grew up together. I only see her as a sister. Also, I'm gay. I have no interest in women. What? Brian White is gay? This information left me completely stunned. If Brian White were gay, how could he possibly have a romantic entanglement with Sophia Taylor? You lie. Why would I lie to you? Brian White was a little helpless. Ethan Johnson, I know you've cherished Sophia since you were young and get jealous when she has contact with any man, but you can't suspect there's something between us just because I'm male. I have a boyfriend, and we're going public next month. I was completely stunned. If what Brian White said was true, then hadn't I been misunderstanding things in my past life? But then why did Sophia Taylor say at the engagement party that she loved you? What engagement party? When was this? Brian White looked baffled. Ethan Johnson, you never held an engagement party. Another person confirmed Sophia Taylor's words. What exactly are the memories from my previous life? After hanging up Brian White's call, I felt completely off. Could it be that my past self really misunderstood Sophia Taylor? But those memories were so real. I remember every detail of the engagement banquet clearly. Sophia Taylor stood on the stage in a white wedding dress, expressionless as she announced she would be with Brian White. The murmurs of the guests below, Grandpa's angry face, my despair and fury at the time. How could any of that be fake? I was wandering aimlessly through the streets of Ocean City, my mind in chaos. In my past life, what exactly did I misremember? My phone rang. It was an unfamiliar number. Hello. Mr. Ethan, I'm David, Sophia Taylor's assistant. Miss Sophia asked me to tell you that she has arrived in Ocean City and is looking for you. Sophia Taylor really is efficient. She's already here after just a few hours. Tell her she doesn't need to look anymore. I won't see her. Mr. Ethan, Miss Sophia said that if you won't see her, she'll keep looking all through Ocean City until she finds her. Do whatever she wants. I hung up the phone and walked into a cafe. Sitting by the window, I ordered a latte and quietly watched the traffic outside. The memories of my past life and the information I now had didn't match at all, leaving me in deep confusion. Had I remembered it wrong? Or were they lying to me? Just then, a familiar figure appeared at the cafe door. It was Sophia Taylor. She was wearing a simple white t-shirt and jeans, her hair a bit messy, her eyes red and swollen. Clearly she'd been crying. The moment she saw me, a flash of surprise crossed her eyes and she hurried over. Ethan, she sat across from me, tears welling in her eyes. How did you find me? I had people check every cafe in Ocean City and went through them one by one. Her voice was a little hoarse, clearly from crying too much. Ethan, can we talk properly, please? I looked at her in silence, my feelings complicated. The Sophia Taylor before me was a world apart from the cold woman in my memories of the previous life. The love and urgency in her eyes were so real, not something put on. What do you want to talk about? The matters of the previous life. Sophia Taylor looked at me intently. Ethan, I know you have many misunderstandings about what happened in the previous life, and I want to make them clear. You said there was no engagement banquet in the previous life, but I remember it clearly. Do you remember the exact date of the engagement banquet? I thought for a moment and realized I couldn't actually recall the exact date. I only remembered that it was summer and the weather was very hot. It was June 18th, Sophia Taylor said. That day, all the guests had arrived and the hotel was set up, but you were gone. I waited for you in the room all day, from morning until night, and you never showed up. Later, the butler told me you left a note saying you didn't want to get married, and then you left the Johnson family. Hearing her words, some vague fragments flashed through my mind. It seems that this really happened. Ethan, think about it. If there really was an engagement banquet, if I had actually said those things in public, how could the people of Ocean City possibly not know? News like that would have spread throughout high society long ago. That made a lot of sense. A public breaking off of engagement would indeed become fodder for high society. But now it seemed that no one knew about it. Then why do I remember there being an engagement banquet? I don't know. Sophia Taylor shook her head. Maybe your memory is distorted, or she trailed off, or what? Or maybe your rebirth isn't the same as mine. Not the same? What do you mean? Ethan, how did you get reborn? Did you return to this moment right after death, or I came back right after I died? I said. How about you? Me too. Sophia Taylor nodded. 3 years after you had the car accident in my previous life, I poisoned myself and died, and then returned to the present. She killed herself? That information shocked me. Sophia Taylor from the previous life seemed so cold, so indifferent to me. Why would she kill herself? Why did you want to kill yourself? Because I lost you. Tears welled in Sophia Taylor's eyes. Ethan, you don't know how important you are to me. In my previous life, after you left, I thought about you every day and regretted it constantly. I regret not listening when you wanted to explain, regret not running after you to keep you, regret letting the misunderstanding deepen. When I heard the news about your car accident, I completely fell apart. I rushed to the hospital and saw you lying on the bed, so quiet, so pale, and only then did I realize how much I loved you. But it was already too late. You could no longer hear my words. Sophia Taylor sobbed uncontrollably, and my heart ached along with hers. If what she said is true, then didn't I misunderstand her in my past life? Ethan, this time I will never let tragedy repeat. Sophia Taylor grabbed my hand. No matter how you misunderstand me, I will explain. No matter how you push me away, I will never let go. I didn't have the courage to pursue you in my past life. In this life, I will spend a lifetime loving you. Looking at the determination and love in her eyes, my defenses began to loosen. Maybe I really did misunderstand something. Ethan, give me a chance, please. Sophia Taylor pleaded. Let me prove my love for you. I was silent for a long time, then finally nodded. All right, I'll give you a chance. But there's a condition. What condition? You must prove to me that the engagement banquet in your previous life truly never took place. All right, I agree. Sophia Taylor said immediately, I will find all the evidence from that year. Seeing her serious expression, a trace of anticipation welled up in my heart. Maybe this life really will be different. Sophia Taylor's efficiency was unusually high. The next morning, she came to find me with a huge pile of documents. Ethan, look at these. She spread the documents on the table. Hotel reservation records, guest memoirs, and some news articles. This is the Grand Hotel's record, showing there was indeed a reservation on June 18th, but the wedding banquet didn't take place, the reason being the groom's absence. These are recollections written by some of the guests at the time, all confirming the banquet was canceled. And these news pieces all reported young Master Johnson disappeared before the wedding. Engagement banquet abruptly canceled. I studied the documents carefully. Each one proved that what Sophia Taylor said was true. In my previous life, there really had been no engagement banquet. Then what about the wedding reception in my memories? Ethan, do you believe me now? Sophia Taylor asked me nervously. I rubbed my temple. My memory really is messed up. It's okay. Being reborn is naturally a strange thing. So memory discrepancies are normal. Sophia Taylor comforted. What matters is that we're together now. She was right. The past no longer mattered. What matters is the present. Sophia Taylor, If I give you a chance, how will you prove your love? I will prove it with actions, she said earnestly. Starting today, I will take care of everything for you. I will make you feel my love. I don't need anyone to take care of me. Then I'll accompany you in starting your business. Light flashed in Sophia Taylor's eyes. I know you want to build your career in Ocean City. I can help you. You help me? I was a little surprised. Do you understand business? I studied business administration when I was studying in Europe, and I've also been involved in the Taylor family's business. Sophia Taylor said proudly, when it comes to business acumen, I'm no worse than anyone. That was true. In the previous life, Sophia Taylor really had a knack for business and managed the Taylor family's affairs impeccably. Then how do you want to help me? I have seed, funding, connections, and business experience. Sophia Taylor counted off on her fingers. We can start a company together and build a career side by side. In that case, we be partners. Her proposal was indeed very enticing. In my previous life, I started a business alone, took many detours, and wasted a lot of time. If I had Sophia Taylor's help, it would indeed have been twice the result with half the effort. What industry do you want to go into? I asked. Technology, Sophia Taylor said excitedly. Now is the early stage of the internet era. There are opportunities in many fields. I'll learn about a project. It's about an online shopping platform, and if it's done well, the prospects will be very broad. An online shopping platform? Isn't that e-commerce? In my previous life, I also considered doing e-commerce, but I didn't have enough startup capital, so I had to give it up. If I had Sophia Taylor's backing now, how much startup capital do you have? 10 million US dollars, Sophia Taylor said lightly. 10 million US dollars. For me now, this was absolutely an astronomical sum. With this much money, do your parents agree? This is my private capital. I don't need their approval. Sophia Taylor smiled. Ethan, partner with me. Let's build something together. Seeing the expectant look in her eyes, I felt my heart stir. Not just because of the funds and resources, but because of the trust and support in her eyes. In my past life, no one ever supported my dream like this. All right, I promise you. That's great. Sophia Taylor jumped up excitedly. Ethan, we will definitely succeed. Seeing her so happy, my mood brightened as well. Maybe this really is a new beginning. Over the next few days, we began preparing the company. Sophia Taylor displayed astonishing execution. In just 3 days, she handled company registration, office lease, core team recruitment, and a string of other tasks. Her business acumen was indeed not to be underestimated. Ethan, this is our office. Sophia Taylor led me excitedly through the newly rented office building. So what do you think? Are you satisfied? The office was located in the heart of Ocean City's CBD, with modern decor and full facilities, clearly expensive at a glance. Isn't this a bit too extravagant? I asked with some concern. Startups should save costs. Don't worry, this is my friend's building. He gave us a friend discount. Sophia Taylor said with a smile. An image is important. A good office environment helps attract talent. She was right. Image does matter in the business world. Have you decided on a company name? Starlight Technologies, I said. It signifies that we aim to be stars in the tech field. Starlight Technologies. Sophia Taylor repeated a few times. Nice name. I like it. Seeing her satisfied smile, a warm feeling welled up in my chest. This feeling of being supported and understood is really wonderful. Ethan, I've already contacted several technical experts. They can come for interviews tomorrow. Sophia Taylor took out a stack of resumes. These are all industry elites. With them, our tech team will be secure. I flipped through the resumes. The people listed were indeed very impressive. Would they be willing to join a startup like ours? They would. I offered very competitive salaries, Sophia Taylor said confidently. Talent is the most important investment. Her vision was indeed broad. Such boldness isn't something ordinary people possess. Sophia Taylor, thank you. I said sincerely. Thank what? She asked with a smile. We're partners and also. She didn't finish, but I knew what she wanted to say. Also lovers. Although I haven't completely let go of the emotional knots from my past life, the current Sophia Taylor has indeed made me see her in a new light. Her ability, her support, her sincerity, all have made me reassess her. Perhaps I should give her a chance. And give myself a chance as well. Sophia Taylor, I called out to her. This time, we'll work hard together. Tears welled up in her eyes instantly, but she soon smiled. Yeah, We'll work hard together. 1 month after Starlight Technologies was officially established, everything was proceeding in an orderly fashion. We had recruited an excellent technical team, product development was progressing smoothly, and the first version of the online shopping platform was about to go live for testing. Sophia Taylor demonstrated astonishing business talent in the process. She not only handled the company's operations and management, but also personally secured several important partners. Ethan, good news. That afternoon, Sophia Taylor ran excitedly into my office. The largest malls in Ocean City have all agreed to join our platform. Really? I stood up in delight. This is a major breakthrough. Yes, with the support of these malls, our platform will have a sufficient variety of products as soon as it launches. Sophia Taylor's cheeks flushed with excitement. We're one step closer to success. Seeing her so happy, I couldn't help but smile too. Over the past month, we've worked together almost every day. Her diligence, professionalism, and talent have all made me see her in a new light. More importantly, her concern and thoughtfulness toward me felt so natural and so sincere. Today is worth celebrating. Let's go have a nice meal, I suggested. Sure. Sophia Taylor agreed at once. I know a great French restaurant. At the restaurant, Sophia Taylor ordered red wine. To the success of Starlight Technologies, she raised her glass. To our partnership as well. I clinked glasses with her. After several rounds, Sophia Taylor's face was a little flushed and her gaze grew dreamy. Ethan, do you know? This past month has been the happiest time of my life. Why? Because we can finally fight side by side like true partners. Her voice trembled slightly. In my past life, I always wanted to do something with you, but I never had the chance. Now we have the chance. I said softly, now we have the chance. She nodded, then suddenly looked at me. Ethan, do you still hate me? I was taken aback for a moment. After this month of being together, my impression of Sophia Taylor had completely changed. She is clever, capable, sincere, and her feelings for me are so genuine. How could I still hate her? I don't hate you anymore, I said honestly. Then, can you forgive me? Her eyes were full of hope. There's really nothing to forgive, I said. What happened in the previous life may have just been a misunderstanding. Thank you, Ethan. Tears welled in Sophia Taylor's eyes. Thank you for being willing to give me a chance. Seeing her cry, a wave of pity rose in my heart. I reached out to wipe away her tears and said softly, don't cry. Isn't it better to start over? Okay, let's start over. She took my hand. Ethan, this time I won't let you down again. Just then, a commotion broke out in the restaurant. Oh my, isn't that Brian White? It really is him. Who's that man beside him? It seems to be his boyfriend. I heard they're going public. Sophia Taylor and I both turned to look and saw Brian White walking into the restaurant intimately with an unfamiliar man. The man was very handsome, looked several years older than Brian White, carried himself gracefully, clearly a successful person. He's a cousin, Sophia Taylor said. That is his boyfriend, Kevin Miller. I heard he's a very famous designer. Watching Brian White and his boyfriend being so affectionate, I became completely certain of one thing. In my past life, I was indeed mistaken. Brian White is gay. There's no way he could have had anything with Sophia Taylor. So what on earth were the memories from my past life? Ethan, what are you thinking? Sophia Taylor noticed my expression. Nothing much. I just feel like my past life self was really foolish, I said with a bitter smile. I actually misunderstood you all. Let the past be past, Sophia Taylor said gently. What matters is the present and the future. She was right. The past cannot be changed. What matters is seizing the present. Sophia Taylor. I looked at her seriously. We should give it a try. Hearing that, Sophia Taylor was completely stunned. What did you say? I said, let's try being together. I repeated, not just partners, but lovers. Her voice trembled. Yes, lovers. Tears welled up in Sophia Taylor's eyes in an instant. But this time they were tears of joy. Ethan, are you really willing to be with me? Yes. I nodded. Although the shadows of my past life haven't completely faded, I'm willing to give it a try. That's wonderful. Sophia Taylor stood up excitedly. Ethan, I'll show you my true feelings. The other diners in the restaurant were drawn to her reaction, but she didn't care at all. I love you, Ethan Johnson. I really love you, she said loudly. Hearing those words, a warm rush surged through my heart. This was the first time she had ever said she loved me. In my previous life, she never said it. I was about to respond when a sudden commotion interrupted me. Ah, it's an earthquake. The restaurant began to shake, and the wine glasses on the tables toppled over. Everyone panicked and ran for the exit. Ethan, Sophia Taylor lunged at me. At that moment, the chandelier on the ceiling suddenly fell, heading straight for Sophia Taylor. Watch out, I shouted, pushing her away with all my strength. The chandelier struck my shoulder, sending a wave of searing pain. Ethan, Sophia Taylor screamed as she rushed over to help me. I'm fine, Ron. I pushed her toward the exit, gritting my teeth against the pain. After we burst out of the restaurant, the earthquake stopped. Ethan, your shoulder. Sophia Taylor looked at my injured shoulder, tears streaming down her face. It's nothing, just a superficial injury. No, we should go to the hospital, she insisted. At the hospital, the doctor said after examining her that it was only a muscle contusion and no bones were broken. Luckily, it's nothing serious. Sophia Taylor breathed a sigh of relief. Ethan, thank you for saving me. No need to thank me. It's what I should do. No, it's not something you should. She looked at me seriously. Ethan, you were willing to get hurt for me, which means you do have me in your heart, right? I nodded. So from now on, we'll really be lovers? Lovers. Hearing that confirmation, Sophia Taylor smiled like a child. At that moment, I suddenly felt that the pains of my past life no longer mattered. What mattered was that we were together now. After becoming true lovers, Sophia Taylor's care for me became even more meticulous. Every morning, she personally prepares breakfast for me, and then we go to the company together. After I injure my shoulder, she insisted on changing my dressing every day, her movements so gentle it was as if she were tending a rare treasure. Ethan, does it hurt? She always asks when she changes the dressing. No, it doesn't. I always answer that. It actually still hurt a bit, but seeing her worried expression, I couldn't bear to make her feel worse. Don't ever take risks for me again, she said earnestly. I'd rather get hurt myself and see you suffer even a little. Those words sounded very familiar. In my previous life, I'd said the same thing to her. Now it's her turn to say it to me, and my feelings are truly complicated. Idiot, protecting you is what I should do. I gently stroked her hair. Then protecting you is what I should do, she said stubbornly. Seeing her so earnest, I couldn't help but laugh. This girl was really completely different from the cold woman in my past life's memories. Starlight Technologies' development is getting better and better, and after our online shopping platform officially launched, user growth accelerated rapidly. Sophia Taylor's business intuition is very sharp. Every suggestion she makes is valuable. Ethan, I think we should strengthen our mobile development. That day, she said to me holding the market research report, mobile internet is the trend of the future. You're right, I've noticed a trend too. I nodded. We'll form a mobile development team immediately. Also, we need to build our own logistics system, she continued. Relying on third-party logistics is too costly, and the service quality can't be guaranteed. This will require a large investment, I said, a bit worried. It's worth investing in, Sophia Taylor said firmly. Logistics is one of e-commerce core competitive advantages. We must have our own edge. Her vision was indeed far-reaching. These suggestions had all proven correct in my previous life. All right, we'll do it the way you suggested. That's great. She excitedly rushed over and hugged me. Ethan, we'll definitely succeed. Holding her in my arms, a wave of contentment rose in my chest. With her support in my career and her company in my life, days like this are truly blissful. The pain from my past life really seemed to have been nothing but a nightmare. However, nightmares sometimes suddenly end. Just as everything was going smoothly, an unexpected piece of news shattered our peace. Ethan, something's wrong. That afternoon, Sophia Taylor rushed into my office in a hurry, her face pale. What's wrong? I hurriedly stood up. Mr. Johnson is in the hospital. It's very serious. What? Grandfather is in the hospital? What happened? I asked anxiously. They say it was a sudden heart attack. Now they're being treated in the ICU. Sophia Taylor's voice trembled. Robert Johnson wants us to hurry back. My mind went blank in an instant. In my previous life, Grandpa also died of a heart attack. Could be the same this time. Let's go, we're going back right now. I grabbed my coat and rushed out. Ethan, calm down a bit. Sophia Taylor held me back. I've already booked the next flight. We're going to the airport now. On the plane, I was completely anxious. Sophia Taylor kept holding my hand, trying to comfort me. Mr. Johnson will be fine. He's always been in good health. You don't understand. That's exactly how Grandpa died in my previous life. I said in pain, it's all because of me. If I hadn't run away from home, he wouldn't have gotten so angry and sick. It wasn't your fault. Sophia Taylor squeezed my hand tightly. Ethan, Mr. Johnson loved you the most. He wouldn't blame you. But no buts. She cut me off. Right now, the most important thing is to get to the hospital and stay by Mr. Johnson's side. At the hospital, I headed straight for the ICU. Dad and Mom were both waiting outside the door. When they saw me return, Mom immediately started crying. Ethan, you're finally back. Your grandfather has been calling your name the whole time. How is Grandpa? I asked hurriedly. They're still fighting to save him. The doctors say the outlook isn't good. Dad's voice was heavy. Ethan, you've been away so much lately. Your grandfather thinks about you every day. His health is getting worse. Hearing that, it felt like a knife in my heart. Is the tragedy of my past life really going to repeat itself? Ethan, don't blame yourself. Sophia Taylor comforted me from the side. Medical technology is so advanced now. Mr. Johnson will pull through. Just then, the ICU door opened and a doctor came out. Are any of the patient's family here? Yes. The few of us immediately gathered around. The patient has been taken out of life-threatening danger, but still needs to be observed for a few days, the doctor said. Luckily, this was discovered in time. Any later, and it would have been dangerous. Hearing that, we all breathed a sigh of relief. Thank you, doctor, I said sincerely. The patient is still unconscious, but the vital signs have stabilized, the doctor continued. You can go in to see him, but don't stay too long. Entering the ICU, I saw Grandpa lying in the bed with various tubes attached to him, and tears instantly welled up in my eyes. Grandfather. I walked to the bedside and gently took his hand. Ethan is back. Grandfather weakly opened his eyes, surprise flashing across them when he saw me. Grandfather, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. I choked out. Silly child, it's good that you're back. Grandfather squeezed my hand with all his strength. Grandfather's fine. He just missed you. Grandpa, I will never leave again. I promised. Good. Grandpa smiled with relief, then looked at Sophia Taylor. Sophia is here too. Mr. Johnson, you must rest well. Your health is most important. Sophia Taylor walked to the bedside and said, Sophia, you must take good care of Ethan. This child has been stubborn since he was little. Grandpa said weakly, I will, Mr. Johnson. Sophia Taylor said earnestly, nodding. Watching this scene, a warm feeling surged through my heart. This time, Grandpa is safe, and Sophia Taylor is by my side. The tragedy from my past life will not happen again. I've been staying at the hospital the whole time while Grandpa's been admitted. Sophia Taylor also stayed behind to keep me company, preparing meals for my family and me every day and taking care of us meticulously. Ethan, you need to take care of yourself too. She looked at my haggard appearance and said with concern, if you keep pushing like this, your health will break down. I'm fine. Grandpa is more important. Mr. Johnson is out of danger now. The doctor said he can be moved to a general ward soon. Sophia Taylor urged, you should go home and rest for a night, then come back tomorrow. No, I have to stay with Grandpa. Then I'll stay with you. She sat down beside me. I can't sleep anyway. Seeing how exhausted she looked, a wave of guilt rose in me. Sophia, thank you for your hard work these past few days. It's not hard. Being able to take care of you is my happiness. She leaned on my shoulder. Ethan, from now on we're a family. Family members should take care of one another. A family. That word warmed my heart. In my past life, I always longed for a warm home. Now it really seems it's about to come true. On the 5th day, Grandpa was finally moved to a regular ward, and his mental state had improved a lot. Ethan, come here. Grandpa called me to the bedside. Grandpa, you tell me. This hospital stay made me realize a lot. Grandpa looked at me seriously. In a person's life, the most important things aren't wealth and status, but family and love. I won't oppose you and Sophia anymore. Grandpa, as long as you love each other, be together, marry whenever you want. Grandpa said with a smile, I'll be waiting to hold a great-grandson. Hearing that, Sophia Taylor and I both blushed. Mr. Johnson, please don't tease us, Sophia Taylor said shyly. I'm not teasing, I'm serious. Grandfather's eyes were full of affection. Sophia, thanks to you caring for Ethan this time, Grandpa thanks you. This is what I should do. Sophia Taylor said sincerely. Ethan is my everything. Hearing those words, a wave of emotion swelled in my chest. This girl had truly given so much for me. A week later, Grandpa was discharged from the hospital. Back at the Johnson family mansion, everything returned to peace. Ethan, what about your company? Dad asked. Do you want to go back to Ocean City? Not for now, I said. I want to stay home and keep Grandpa company for a while. Sophia is handling things at the company. That won't do. The company is at a crucial stage of development, Sophia Taylor said. Let's go back together. But Grandpa, I'm fine. You young people should focus on your careers. Grandpa waved his hand. But what? When are you two getting married? Grandpa asked with a smile. That question left both Sophia Taylor and me stunned. Although we are in a romantic relationship now, we haven't seriously discussed marriage. Grandpa, we've only just gotten together, I said, a little embarrassed. Only just gotten together? Grandpa widened his eyes. You two grew up as childhood sweethearts. Your emotional foundation is so strong. What are you waiting for? Yeah, Ethan, you're already 22. It's time to think about marriage. Mom chimed in from the side. Mr. Johnson, Robert Johnson, Lisa Johnson, don't be impatient. Sophia Taylor said, blushing, we will think about it. Then while I'm still in good health, let's hold the wedding soon. Grandfather said seriously. This hospitalization made me realize life's uncertainty. If I can see you married sooner, I'll be at ease. Seeing Grandfather's expectant eyes, a complex wave of emotions surged in my heart. Last life our engagement didn't succeed. Can we really get married in this life? Ethan, what are you thinking? Sophia Taylor noticed my expression. Nothing much, just feeling a bit unreal, I said honestly. What's unreal? That we could get to the point of marriage feels like a dream. I'm not dreaming. Sophia Taylor looked at me earnestly. Ethan, this is our new beginning. We will be happy. Looking into her determined eyes, the doubts in my heart gradually faded. Yes, this is a new beginning. The pain of my past life is over. The happiness now is real. Sophia, if we get married. If, she interrupted me. No ifs, we will definitely get married. All right, then let's get married. I said seriously. Hearing this, Sophia Taylor froze for a moment, then tears welled up in her eyes. Ethan, are you proposing to me? Sort of, I said with a smile. Although I didn't prepare a ring or flowers, my feelings are sincere. I do. She excitedly threw herself into my arms. Ethan, I will marry you. Looking at her crying in my arms, a wave of satisfaction rose in my chest. This time, we will definitely be happy. 3 months later, Sophia Taylor and I held our wedding at the most luxurious hotel in Ocean City. This time, there were no accidents, no betrayals, only complete happiness. Sophia Taylor wore a pure white wedding dress, beautiful like an angel. When she linked her arm with mine and walked toward the altar, I felt the whole world light up. Ethan Johnson, do you take Sophia Taylor to be your wife, to have and to hold for better or worse, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish her, for as long as you both shall live? Edo, I said firmly. Sophia Taylor, do you take Ethan Johnson to be your husband, to have and to hold for better or worse, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish him, for as long as you both shall live? I do, she said through tears. The moment we exchanged rings, warm applause broke out from the seats below. Now, you may kiss your bride. I gently stroked her cheek and leaned in to kiss her. This kiss seemed to carry away all the pain from my past life, leaving only sweetness and happiness. Wife, I whispered softly in her ear. Husband, she replied bashfully. The guests in the audience were all blessing us. Grandpa sat in his wheelchair, his face full of kindly smiles. Brian White and his boyfriend also came, sincerely offering us their blessings. Congratulations, you two are finally together, Brian White said with a smile. Thank you, cousin, Sophia Taylor said happily. Ethan Johnson, you must take good care of Sophia from now on. She has sacrificed a lot for you, Brian White said to me earnestly. I will. I promise solemnly. After the wedding, we returned to our new home in Ocean City. This was the marital home we chose together, warm and romantic. Honey, we're really married. Sophia Taylor sat on the edge of the bed, still a bit unable to believe it. Yes, we got married. He sat beside her. Sophia, thank you for not giving up on me. Silly, how could I ever give up on you? She leaned against me. Ethan, I love you. I will only love you in this life. I love you too. I held her tightly. This time, we will definitely grow old together happily. A year later, Sophia Taylor became pregnant. When I heard the news, I was so excited I could have jumped. Really? We're going to have a baby. Yes, the doctor said it's already 2 months. Sophia Taylor touched her belly happily. Our baby. That's wonderful. I held her gently. Honey, you've worked hard. It's not hard. Being able to bear your child is my happiness. During her pregnancy, I stayed by her side the whole time. I personally accompanied her to every prenatal checkup, afraid she might have any mishap. Honey, you're even more nervous than I am, Sophia Taylor said with a smile. Of course I'm nervous. You and our son are my whole world. After 10 months of pregnancy, our son was finally born. Looking at the little guy in the swaddling clothes, tears came in my eyes. Wife, we have a son. Our baby. Sophia Taylor smiled weakly but happily. He looks like you. He still looks better because of you. I kissed her forehead lightly. Wife, thank you for giving me a complete family. Grandpa held his great-grandson, beaming with joy. Yes, this child is truly handsome. Grandpa, give the child a name, I said. Let's call him Ethan Jr., a new beginning, a new hope, Grandpa said kindly. Ethan Jr. is indeed a good name. It represents the start of our new life. 5 years later, Starlight Technologies had become one of the country's largest e-commerce platforms. My relationship with Sophia Taylor kept getting better. Our son Ethan Jr. was smart and adorable, and the three of us were happily content. Honey, do you still remember things from your past life? That night, Sophia Taylor suddenly asked me. Somewhat hazy, I answered honestly. The happiness now feels so real that the pain from my past life seems like a nightmare. Me too. She leaned against me. The us now is the real us. Yeah, this is the life we should have. I gently stroked her hair. Wife, we'll stay happy like this forever. Happy forever. Outside, the moonlight was like water. Inside, the room was warm and quiet. The suffering of my past life is already behind me. The happiness of the present is what endures. Sophia Taylor and I have finally found the happiness that belongs to us. This time, no misunderstandings, no betrayals. Only loving and staying together forever.